So, just for information, I just want you to tell me how you experienced the classes, because there was 4 classes, wasn't there, 3 hours, and I just want you to tell me how you felt about the classes.
Sure. I did the classes with Mum, didn't we?
Yeah, you
because Matt wasn't really up for it. I'm due to work, but the classes were great. They were very relaxing, very informative, lots and lots of information that made the whole process easy, because full of information that I don't think you get from anywhere else.
Yeah, that's a good point. And when you had Oliver, how did you feel when you first started going into labour?
I didn't actually go into labour with Oliver, I was induced, which, as most people will know if they've ever been induced, is quite horrendous, because you get lots of pains that are inducement pains as opposed to labour pains. And it was quite long and drawn out. But because of the hypnobirthing classes, I did manage to keep nodding off in between contractions as I went further into labour, which was absolutely fantastic. And the midwives just could not believe how cool and calm and collected that I was.
That's good.
Yeah, it was.
And what about anaesthesia? Even though you were induced, how much anaesthesia did you need?
Excuse me. I only actually had gas and air at the very, very end with Oliver, because I was just getting to the point where I was a bit tired and needed something just to keep me going. It's quite a funny situation when you're in the hospital. They are offering it to you, and I was quite clear from the very beginning that I didn't actually want anything, and I was quite happy as I was, which also shocked midwives and doctors and all the other people buzzing around.
So from a personal point of view, you've had the second baby now, and we had a refresher, didn't we?
I did.
And how was that birth?
That was absolutely fantastic. I went into labour on the Saturday evening, went into the hospital, water hadn't broken, was told to carry on having a walk around, which is great, carried on as I did, walked around the hospital, went and got Matt some tea at McDonald's, went back to the hospital, and they wouldn't let me go home just because of the distance, because they thought I might come on quite quickly. So I went onto a ward, had a shower, got several hours of sleep, and while I was in slow labour, early in the morning, about 8 o'clock, I said to the midwife, how do I know when it's getting really bad? Because I was in quite a lot of pain. She said, well, have your waters broke? So I said, oh, yes. And as I stood there, they went. And not long after that, she checked me, and I'd got to 9 centimetres without even blinking about it. So, yeah, the midwife went, wheelchair! And I got rushed up to my ward, and he was born a couple of hours later. Again, I didn't have any pain relief, didn't need it, just had some nice calming sleep beforehand, which was absolutely fantastic. Breathed my way through it, and again, the midwives and the doctors couldn't believe that I got to that stage on my own. During the night, I had been listening to my hypnobirthing on my iPod, which was brilliant, because it just helped me nod off, because it was something that completely relaxed me.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, on the whole, how do you feel about having 2 hypnobirthing births compared to the possibilities of having just a normal birth with no support?
Absolutely fantastic, because I've had cool, calm and collected babies, and cool births that really went without event, because I was in control of me.
And what would you say to any prospective mums who are pregnant now and hoping to have calm births or pain relief?
Hypnobirthing, definitely the way forward.
Thanks, Laura. That was great.